Nadine here. I am going to teach you how to do a single crochet in the round. So your flat circular kind of crochet. So you need to start off with a magic ring. If you haven't seen that, there should be a little flag popping up right there. Or you can use a chain 4. Should be good for the beginning. And if you haven't seen the single crochet tutorial, there should be another flag popping up there somewhere for the single crochet. But let's get in at it. So we got our magic circle made in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, my little tail is flopping all over the place. 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then pull the tail. And there we are. So now for this, you use this sort of thing in coasters or doilies or just about anything, even granny squares. You can start with a round granny square and square it off after. So anyway, at this point you would slip stitch to join. So slipped in there. I work in my tails as I go, so I just leave the tail over it, and you slip through everything, and you chain 1, and then now we're ready to go to the next stitches. So this is the first round, single crochet 8. Second round is single crochet 2 in each stitch. So I always write that out as SC2 times 8. And sometimes people just put an increase, just INS or INC for being 2 stitches in one. Personally, I don't like that method because it's not very clear. You know, if you're doing the same stitch over and over again, I guess it is, but I prefer the stitch times twice rather than the other method. So single crochet 2, 1, 2 in the same stitch. Single crochet 2 and and 2 in the same stitch. And I forgot to note at the beginning, I'm using the usual worsted weight yarn in a 5 hook, 5mm H8 hook. So that's 2, 4, 6. Okay, I just lost count there for a second. So 2 and 2, and that's 8. So 2 and 2 is 10. 2 and 2 is 12. 2 and 2 is 14, and then 2 stitches in the last one is 16. So there you go. Now you slip stitch to the first single crochet to join it. So like this stitch here, if you look at it flat on, this stitch here is your join stitch, and that's kind of not counted, and I don't count the single crochet stitch either. That's this one right here. So this is the first stitch, and if you ever get confused as to where it is, you just count back. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that 16th stitch there is where we need to go into. I find it's easier going this way, especially if I did it a little bit too tight, because I'm used to doing Amigurumi dolls when I work with single crochet, so I always seem to do my single crochets quite tight. So now we're slip stitched in, and I already crocheted one up. It's like a really, an instant force of habit, I guess. So we're ready for the next round. When you're working in the circle, it's called you're working in the round. So each row is called a round now. And so we're up and ready to put in the single crochet. So now this row, it's 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets and then 1 single crochet, all the way around in that pattern. This gets you, so at this we started with 8, we're going to 16, and then we're at 24. So we'll start there. 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet. And that is your first 3 single crochets. I think my lamp's kind of still. There we go. And so there is the first 3 single crochets. Now we need to do the next 3, and we're basically doing this pattern 8 times. So 3 8s is 24, and that is your next row. And that was 1, so 2, 1, 2 stitches in the same stitch, 1 stitch in this stitch, and then 2 in this next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 stitch, and then 2 stitches. It's a good thing we can count high, hey? And then 1 stitch, even though apparently we keep forgetting where we're at. And then 2 stitches, and then 1. That's me trying to make a bad joke. I don't have any good ones. You can't come here for good jokes. And 2 stitches, and 1 stitch, and 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then 1 stitch. So now we are all the way around again, and we should have 24 stitches except for this one. This is the slip stitch, and that's kind of like a pretend stitch. We ignore the single crochet that we used to get up to the the slip chain stitch that we used to get up to the single crochet stitch. We ignore that one too. So, oops, don't want to lose that. So we got groups of 3 we're going to count in now. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. that puts us right back to where we need to be. And so we just have to slip stitch into the first single crochet and then chain one to get up to the next row. And you can see it's getting to be a nice little circle there. We'll do one more row. So this time we need to single crochet 2 in the first stitch where we chained into, and then single crochet 1 and single crochet 1 again in 2 different stitches. So first we'll single crochet 2, so that's 1, and then 2, and then we single crochet 1 in the next 2 stitches. That's 1, and that's the second one. So now we've got 4. Now we do that 8 times around till we get back over to the other side. So I'll show it to you again. 1 and 2, and then we single crochet 1, then we'll single crochet 1 again, and then one more time, and then I'll pause the video, or I'll meet you at the other end. So 1 and 2, and then 1 in this stitch, and 1 in the next one again is 2. And you do that, and I'll meet you around at this side. Okay, so now at this point you can tell if you get lost at all, you can tell you're okay because you've got 3 stitches left. It's because while you're making 4 stitches, you're putting 2 stitches in the one, and so that can help you keep track of where you're at. So now we're going to go 2 and 1 and 1 is 2, and there you go. So now you just slip stitch to join it, and you go on in this fashion until you are as large as you need to be. So say if I was just doing a doily out of this, I would probably, let's see, here's a doily I had my coffee on. So at this point I would probably do 2 more rows and call it good for just a plain doily. Yeah, and 2 or 3 rows maybe. And I'd call it good for plain, like just something plain. I'll show you how to do that one in a bit. But that's all you need to do when you're done. So I'll explain this to you a little bit further. So this is row 1, it was 8 stitches. Row 2, you did a increase in each one, which was single crochet 2 all the way around. So single crochet 2 8 times, and then in the next row single crochet 2 and then single crochet 1, all the way around, and that gives you 24 stitches. And then the next one is single crochet 2 and then single crochet 1 in the next 2 stitches, and you do that 8 times and it'll give you 32 stitches. So the next one would be single crochet 2 and single crochet 1 in the next 3 stitches, and that'll give you 40 stitches. You see how that's going? In the next row would be single crochet 2 and single crochet in the next 4, which will give you 48 stitches. And you just go on like that as long as you need to, as for whatever size you need this to be. And these sort of things are great for like doilies, a quick doily if you need to do something up quick. I'll be showing you later on how to do the half double crochet in the round and the double crochet in the round as well. And so like this one here, I believe is looks like a length double crochet. I did it so that it doesn't have any holes in it at all, so I'll have to show you that stitch as well. But I also did that in a round so that it's just one solid, pretty much one solid piece. But even the double crochets, you only need 3 rows to do a doily. So yeah, so I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. There should be one there. I think it might have popped up there, and there's definitely one down there. And let me know what you're working on if this tutorial helped you. Just let me know in the comments below, and as always, I hope you absolutely have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.